What is up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. We are going to get working on more of the comic graphic novel for Shadowboxers. Let's see who we have on. Oh, Michelle is on. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for popping into the live stream. I appreciate you. All right, let's play some music. Let's get some tunes going in and let's see what's going on. Kathy's on. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for popping in. And Jordan. Oh, hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the shout out. um, all right. So today we're going to be working on some more of the page where the boys are introduced. So we have this comic with four friends here. So I'll just show you the designs for them. You have Javen on the left, then Zalam, who's his cousin, Cairo, and then Enzi. So yeah, this is the first page where they start interacting with each other in the comic. It's maybe about page, what is it, 4 or 5, something like that. So this is what we worked on last time. It was Cairo and Enzi being shocked at Javen's entrance into the comic because he's like jumping in, and so we're gonna get started with that. And that says, hello, I was sad I missed the stream on Thursday. I work mental health and I'm on call and had to sit with a client in the hospital for almost hours on Thursday. That's okay. No worries. I understand that people have things going on. I have things going on in my life. I will say, as Kathy mentioned, that we definitely missed you. So yeah, don't feel bad if you miss. And that's why we do 2 streams a week now. That's exactly what this is for. So also, guys, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I just want to make sure the music's not too loud or that it's not too low, because I'm listening to some cool tunes and I want to make sure you guys are able to hear it. So with that said, let's get to drawing. So I started off doing a little bit of penciling in this drawing. And for this particular one, Jaden's not going to have a ton of detail because he's meant to be further in the background. So I don't necessarily see it as a benefit to just draw all the details that I normally would, like over here. You know, he's got like his iris, he's got the teeth, and you know, all the patterns on the gloves and everything. Here, he's just kind of a couple feet into the air. By a couple, I probably mean like 15, 20 feet in the air. And so we're just going to do a little bit of simple shape groups here. Okay, music sounds good. Okay, excellent. Excellent. So how was everyone's week? Hopefully you guys are doing well. My week was rather eventful. I had some things happening. Some of it I can't actually talk about here. Ran into a couple of squabbles this week with some people, but it's okay. It's all right. You know, you gotta forgive people for their what's the best word I could put it? Character flaws, just because we all have them, right? That's all I can say. All right, so we're gonna have Javen something like this. Now, the tricky part is I want this to feel like really shape-based and strong with the triangles here. And I'm still not completely confident in drawing him in this new way yet, especially when he's this small. Like I'm just not used to it at all. I am used to drawing him with very specific features and details. So when that changes, it kind of throws me off a bit, but that's all right. Same on this end. Oh, you've had one of those wild weeks, Michelle. I can understand. All right, so let's see here. Gonna get that nice angled leg here, knee. I would say one of the highlights of the week, though, was one, I just came from a music concert. Some of you guys may remember last week, I had a friend of mine in the studio with me, my friend Tyler. He's a pianist, and we just came from his concert a couple hours ago. He did a phenomenal job, and I got to see some of the other musicians at the local college. And you know, even though I don't understand how much goes into it. I know so much does, and I'm amazed at the gifts and the skills that so many others have when it comes to music. Because we saw people singing and playing tuba and the marimba, which is like a giant xylophone, from what I could tell. It's just really, really amazing. So that was a huge highlight. Um, we also did not have our power go out with the storm, which is so nice. That was something we were worried about, having the power or the water go out. But I gotta say, I've never had a situation where I've had to drip the water in the faucet. I've never been in that scenario because growing up in California, why would you need to? And then when I was in the East Coast, I was in college, and I didn't have my own bathroom for most of the time. And I don't think I ever even need to drip the faucet, even when I was in college in my on-campus apartment. So it was real strange. So we were trying to measure out how to properly not have our water bill go up super high. um, Kathy says, "Shout out to Tyler." Simplifying a character like that must be a real challenge. It is. It is challenging, especially because this is my most comfortable character to draw. I don't know how to really do it in a simple way just yet. So that's going to be something I am going to learn to do as time goes on, I assume. There's going to be a lot of other shots where Javen is very tiny in the comic. Busy, but today was nice. I had a video chat with my sisters, and that's always fun. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Video chatting with the family. There are some family members you got to have a whole plan for that. Like, you can't just call them up on FaceTime. Some people are very self-conscious about that, which I understand. If you're, if you're not decent, and you got crust in your eyes, and you're just like in bed and haven't done anything, then sure, I get that. All right. So again, this Javen is not meant to be the most handsome version of him ever, because he's far away. So if you're like, where's his eyes? Where's his, whatever? It's because at this distance, it wouldn't make sense to do that. And I'm trying to figure out like what details I need to include and what I can leave out. Like, for example, he has this on his far left, you can see he's got this little pattern in his hair. But I can't really put that in this one. Not only because he's facing front ways and would show anyway, but also just because it's such a small detail, and who wants to be bothered with that? Mallard is back on. What is up, Mallard? Thank you for popping on the live stream. Your second time here. Appreciate you. We're just getting right into this. Okay, Javen's got a nice little smile here. And then he's got his necklace. There we go. And then the last detail one of the last details I always put on Javen is the pattern in his pants. It is very challenging to get right, actually. It was a good idea at the time, and I still think it's a good idea, but it's challenging. So that's one of the reasons actually I'm working on trying to animate this. Here, I'll show you guys for those who haven't seen. Here's my timeline. It's over here. Is it gonna work? Oh shoot, the file got messed up. Okay, well, we're not seeing the timeline. Oh well. But anyway, he's gonna be rotating. Something happened to the file. I don't know what, but it is what it is. Nothing crazy. Like, I don't have to redraw anything. I might just have to kind of reformat how this all goes. But yeah. So I'm gonna have a proper understanding of all the angles for the pattern on his legs here. I think that kind of goes this way. And then this one goes just above his knee, or maybe even halfway down to his knee. So you just kind of have to guess. I don't think anyone's going to pull out a ruler and be like, "You're off by a centimeter and a half." And if you do that, please find something else to do with your time. There's plenty of other things you could be doing than measuring the pattern on Javen's pants, unless you're doing like a cosplay or something, in which case go for it. But other than that, cut me some slack. Um, let's see. Um, Kathy says no. I don't know what you're saying no to, but oh, you're probably the file. Yeah, the file got messed up. I've been trying to clean up my documents a little bit. I have a lot of duplicate files of stuff, and I was losing some of my PowerPoints were getting destroyed, and this and that. You just never quite know when dealing with some of it. But thankfully, this one is easy to work with. Like none of the drawing changed. It's just the formatting. So I'm gonna have to do that at some point because I need to do like I want to do a complete like animated turnaround for all the essential characters. Um, the first three I want to do are Javen, Asim, and Zalam, just because they show up so prominently um, in the first comic. Atana and Kayla do as well, but um, just this one, they don't show up. In fact, I think this takes place before they even meet Atana and Kayla. So, yeah. All right, there we go. That's not looking too bad. You got the powers right here. Yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. Let's see. Sorry, I can't remember. Were you planning to upload Shadowboxes online to Webtoons or something, or publish a different way? No, it's a good question. So the plan right now is to number one, publish on the website, and then once everything's ready, I'll also get it ready for Webtoon. It'll probably be uploaded a few days afterwards. I don't know how it is doing things on Webtoons, but I know people who can help out. Megan is one of them. I don't know where she is today, but yes, it will be on Webtoon and on the website. And speaking of the website, gotta do the website plug every stream because I don't know who is watching these for the first time. So forgive me if this is your 2000th time hearing this, which it shouldn't be because I've only done like 80 streams. But this is the Shadowboxes website. There should be a link in the description below where you can get access to a little bit of the story. You get to see some of the characters and who they are. You get to see the concept art gallery, which has my work as well as the work of some of you guys. Even if you scroll down, we have our fan art gallery. So this one is great because this was done by a child. I won't say how old, but she's awesome, and she was drawing the characters. And we got some really cool stuff here. If you want to join the Discord, which also should be linked below, you can do that. It's free, and we're trying to build up the community, so you can hit join our Discord and do that. Also, we have our shop, which has a lot of cool stuff. The first thing that you will see is probably my favorite thing on here, which is the Shadowboxers art book. So it's got a bunch of cool drawings from the live streams and my personal development of Shadowboxers. Actually, here you see those two characters here. That's Enzi and Cairo right there. That's going to be in this comic. So if you guys want a copy, feel free to grab it. I sign every single copy that I mail out, so you don't have to be worried about that. And there's something else I was going to share. Oh, yes. If you would be so kind as to support, if you're inclined to, there's two ways to do it. One is you could join the dojo tier, and there's different items here. We have the rookie, apprentice, warrior, grandmaster, and champion tier. It's a lot like Patreon, except it's not on Patreon, and you can see all the perks there. Or if you want to just donate something to the tip jar, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't have to give $50. You can do $3 if you want. It's fine. But I just had to do that intro or that plug because we're a small business now, so we got to do the house cleaning. Your website is cool. Did you design it yourself? My wife and I designed it. My wife Kathy, she's here somewhere. Here she is. She's a graphic designer by trade, and so she and I worked on this together. And especially her, she basically put the look of it together. And then there were days where she was busy, and I would just, um, do the manual stuff occasionally, and then I'd check with her. And she was basically my art director when it came to the website. But it's nice because she works right here. This is her desk, so it's very convenient when I have a question because I can just I can be like, hey, turn around, I need some help. But I'm glad you like the website though. I really appreciate that compliment. Thank you, and I'm sure she does as well. All right, this panel's looking good. Later on, I do want to have Javen's hand kind of poke out of the panel, but I need to do uh, some stuff during the inking phase for it to work. So we're gonna move on to the next panel, not this one here, and got some text here. Let us see. We're going to put a perspective grid in here somehow. Where is it? Ruler, create perspective ruler. All right, so this is a 3-point perspective technically. So we're going to plop this in, and the horizon line is way up here somewhere. And I'm just going to make sure I get my grid first. Where is this one going? This must be the one that goes down there. And then here. Yeah, here we go. This is one of the mistakes I made in the first couple of pages of the comic, and I had to redo them. Was I wasn't doing a grid consistently because I was being lazy. And so I learned my lesson. I'm like, nope, every single time we doing a grid now. It was also drilled into me when I was taking my storyboarding class. So super important to do that because you have to place your character somewhere. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Oh, snap. Look who it is. What up, Megan? Oh, and you changed your name back to Toasty Shrimp. Oh, yes. Now I know who you are. I recognize you now. It's great. I was thinking about publishing my comic on Instagram, but I think a website is legit. I'm weighing out the pros and cons. I personally, and others can jump in, so especially you, Megan, I know you probably have lots of opinions on this. I personally think if you're planning on having your project grow or be like something you're known for, having a website is really good because if Instagram ever shuts down for a day, which it has done before, like I remember there were times where I'd be like, what happened to my Instagram? And there's all these people who just can't get on. It's worldwide. Or if for some reason Instagram decides to shut down your account or any other platform, really, then there's nothing for you to use to promote your comic. So I personally recommend having your own website, and it doesn't have to be a specific like website for the comic. If you don't want it, it can be on your personal one. Like I have a Shadowboxers website, it's just dedicated to Shadowboxers, and I have my personal website, which is joemcpho.com. And the other thing too, if you end up deciding that you want to change something drastic about the comic, or you want to, get a newsletter going or whatever, you can always reach your audience by having it in-house. So that's something I learned from Clara Liu, actually. Some of you may or may not know, but I work with Art Prof, which is another great channel here on YouTube, and it's focused on art education. And she always tells me how important it is to have your own website and a newsletter, because when you get people's emails, when you can get access to something like that, then no matter what happens on social media, you still have that audience of people who are willing to support your work. And I'm not necessarily saying support in terms of monetization, although that is part of it depending on your strategy or your structure. But yeah, having something like that can make things really, really helpful for you down the line. So yeah, highly recommend it. All right, so we got that. Trying to decide if that is, the angle is strong enough. Let's see. I guess it's fine. We're gonna we're gonna see. Right now we have the three characters kind of going like this. So it's one character here, one here, and one here. Give me 1 second. I need to put the comic away because I need to check on the text for just a moment. I don't want to give any spoilers. I think. Okay, got it. I just need to see which character was which. So this one's Cairo, this one's Enzi, and this one's Javen. So Javen has a fun shorthand. He basically just is like a circle with a little arrow or a triangle on the top. Toasty Shrimp says Instagram seems like the worst website to use for uploading comics. If you want anything more than one-off 4-panel type things, it seems like it would be hard to have a good archive. That's a good point. So yeah, it depends on the structure of your comic too. I've seen lots of people who do short kind of like 4-panel type comics or things that aren't like a long series like a Bone or Calvin and Hobbes or Batman or something like that. If you're doing like little one-off comics, then maybe like there's one page called Tomics. It's the Catholic guy who makes all these jokes about the Bible, and they're actually really funny. But he does those on Instagram, and it's fine. I think he probably compiled them into a book later. But yeah, if you're doing something long form, then it's probably not the best strategy. Shadowboxers would not do well if I only posted on there. I'll just say that. Like I have very lofty goals for this project. So yeah. Let's see. Even if you want to post on Instagram, it's great to have a website where people can easily see it. Yeah, that's another option. And there's so many ways I've seen people post on their comics. Like they have I would say this: if you go on Webtoons or if you know any indie comic artists online, just go to their website and see how they do it. Some of them you may like, some of them you may not like. It really depends. A lot of them I've seen I do not like. I'm like, ooh, this is ugly. Like it doesn't have the right theme. Like you can tell that they're not able to really get a great brand, but their comic is posted there. So it really just changes depending on your needs. All right, so these guys, if I remember correctly, these guys are kind of dapping up right here. Now, one thing I have to figure out is exactly how tall everyone is going to be, because this is too short for Cairo. What's my thing? There we go. Yeah, so we have the characters in this particular panel are Javen, Cairo, and Enzi. Zalam is in the next panel, but gotta size them properly. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? I think probably the best way, let me get rid of the panel border right now. And let me just turn off all the other things to save the distraction. And I'm going to get rid of the edge here. By the way, Megan, thanks for this tip on the draw border thing because that's helped so much. Let me grab my folder. There's some characters. I have my lazy template here because my characters, they're drawn with, they used to be 8 headcan, now they're about 8.5. And so I like to use this little chart here so that I can easily tell where the characters need to be in terms of height. So each one of these lines represents either half a head. The blue lines represent half a head. The red is 1 full head. So let's see. And again, I don't really have to do this, but I am because why not? So we got 8.5. All right, so if Enzi's this tall in the panel, then obviously I drew his head way too big. He's got a head that's like twice the size it's supposed to be. Let's see. So his head's going to be back here. If Webtoons ever reached out to you, would you want to make Shadowboxers an original series? Would you do it? I know that ownership can get tricky. Personally, no, I wouldn't do that. I have seen from what I've seen other people discuss on YouTube and all this stuff, it seems very predatory. I think back when it first started, and it blew up, I might have a different response. But based on how I'm seeing things now, it's very predatory. Like I've seen people who are like, yeah, I make $1,000 a month from my Webtoon original. It's like, yo, who can live off $1,000 a month? Like that's not, and you're talking about people who spend 80 hours a week on their comic just to try and get it up there. So I personally believe in ownership of your projects. I really think that that it's super important for artists, especially nowadays, to figure out how to be independent, because no one's guaranteed any sort of any slot or any favors. So if you can have your own platforms and figure things out that way, I think that's going to be much more beneficial in the long run. It's sort of the way, this is just how I view it. Whenever you depend on someone else for distribution or finances to fund it, you kind of give them the power. And in some cases, that's okay. You know, in some cases, it's necessary. Like for example, the way that shows were funded, like let's say SpongeBob, right? SpongeBob, very famous show. The way that SpongeBob was made, you have the creator, Steven Hillenburg, comes up with the idea, but most artists, most creators don't just have millions of dollars in their back pocket to make a show themselves. So they go to a place like Nickelodeon, like Cartoon Network or Disney or whatever. They pitch the show, and if it assuming it gets picked up, then they put it into development. The more successful the show gets, obviously, more episodes they make and everyone goes home happy. But when you do that, when you sign that dotted line, you are giving them the permission to use your project however you want, right? So let's say Shadowboxers was on Nickelodeon, right? Or actually, no, let me take it back. I'm gonna use a real life example. There's a show that I probably was too young to enjoy, but it is one of my favorites. It's called The Boondocks. No, not The Shop. Yeah, you guys might recognize this show. This is Huey and Riley, his brother. It was on Adult Swim, and it originally started as a comic. This is the comic from 1999, and later on, Aaron McGruder, the creator, he pitched it to Adult Swim. It got picked up, and it did really well. And then between the third and fourth season of the show, they fired him. They fired the creator. Usually a company wants to work with the creator because they have the vision, right? If it's your idea, you have the idea, you know how it's supposed to run. So they're more likely to work with you on that. And Aaron McGruder's case, from what I heard, his writing was too slow. They were like, hey, we have a deadline and you're not moving fast enough. And he's like, look, I can't write the way that you want me to and get this done in time. And so they ended up firing him. They said, fine, we'll get someone else. And the fourth season absolutely sucked because of it. And so it just felt totally different. But they had the right to fire him. They had legally speaking, they had the right to fire him. They had the right to make all the episodes. They even took his name off the intro credits in the last season of the show. Michelle says, sons loved it, had to stop them from watching it though. Yeah, I wish, I probably should not have been watching the show when I did. I think my parents regretted getting me that DVD box set. But it's fine. It's fine. I know better now. So legally speaking, they own it. They can do whatever they want. And if they decide they ever want to make a movie out of it or to do a uh, books on it or anything else, then depending on the deal, they could legally do that. Uh, so that's the situation. It's a give and take. In most situations, it's healthy, right? You know, work with a company like Disney, and you're like, if you're like Phineas and Ferb, it works well, and those guys are not, you know, struggling for cash. But if it doesn't go your way, then it could be very demoralizing. And there are some cases. This actually happened with the Emperor's New Groove. I don't know if you know this, but the Emperor's New Groove originally had a very different story. It was called Kingdom of the Sun, and the guy was super passionate about it, and it was supposed to be like the Prince and the Pauper, and it was going to have a lot of these really deep, like dramatic moments and stuff. But there was a second team working on the project, and they saw that they thought it should go in a different direction, and they basically showed the two films or in their incomplete states, and they just chose the side who won, and the side that was the one we have now is the one that won, whereas the guy's original creation is locked away in Disney Vault somewhere, and it will never be seen. They will never show it. He cannot go and create it himself on his own, even though it's been what 25 years since the movie came out or whatever. Never. That's just how they play the game. So again, if you were asking me this in like 2005 or 2010, assuming I was still like, if the story was even developed to that point, because I didn't even develop it in 2005, I might have a different answer. But now in 2026, when people are able to do their own stories their own way, be independent, and it's honestly a safer route now. Like I remember back in 2020 or 2020, right when the pandemic was starting, there were a lot of studios gearing up for animated shows. They're like, hey, this pandemic's gonna last forever, and animation can be done at home, so we're just going to greenlight all these shows. And it was in like people were all over the place were getting greenlit. And I actually I was trying to get Shadowboxers ready for it at that point, and I met with a few people. Didn't end up working out, but later on, what comes out after the pandemic ends, all those shows get canceled after 2 or 3 years of being in development, and the creators can do nothing about it. And it's really, really sad. So yeah, there was a lot that there's a lot that goes into creating something and giving your show to another network or platform or something. So I know that was probably a little long-winded of an explanation. Some of you guys have heard me discuss this before, but I think it's important because, you know, most artists don't know how to navigate these waters, these territories, and we have lofty goals, we have these desires and these dreams, but we often put aside the business aspect, because realistically, this is what you're talking about. Don't mind my handwriting. All the artists, all the creatives, we want to worry about the show in show business. But this is the part that gets you greenlit and where smart decisions come in. You have to have both. You can't just have a cool show if it doesn't make money, or a cool movie if it doesn't make money. It's at the end of the day a company. You have to deliver. And so yeah, so Mallard, you said yikes, $1,000 is a joke. It is definitely a joke. It's like, why would I risk all of this when I could just do it myself on my own terms? Because some of these deals that they have will be like, yeah, you can't sell your own merch, you can't have your own website, even if you have one already. Like I've heard stories of people who literally have their own websites, and Webtoons will tell them to take it down, and they have an exclusivity clause that lasts for like 2 years, and so you can't do anything with it, even if it's never promoted. It's just awful. So yeah, you wouldn't get any money off the licensed merch either. Yeah, that's also true. You wouldn't get. I mean, you would get money, but it's like very little money. So yeah. I'm super late, but here was cooking dinner. No worries. How is everyone? Also, I crochet my own art backpack. It's so cute. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. Has anyone ever crocheted a backpack? I've never done that before. I think I'm gonna do this. Have Javen. Let's see. Wait a second. I think I'm getting turned around in my own drawing. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume he landed past them, like he jumped over them, because that's the only way this can really work. But I think it'll be fine, as long as people understand what's happening. And then Enzi is probably like here-ish. He's a little shorter, so let's see. Enzi's giant afro goes to about halfway down his hat. So let's have it do this. Or actually, no, I could have it up here. Just be cognizant of it. We got Enzi over here. It might be good using some 3D models or something. When it says, Mars, do you knit too? I feel like most people I talk to can do one or the other. I can knit but can't crochet. I actually don't know the difference. Can you guys explain the difference between knitting and crocheting? It's probably a funny question. It's probably like, oh my gosh, this dude doesn't know. But I genuinely don't know. I seriously don't know. So I think Enzi's probably going to have his arms crossed here. Because based on the dialogue, he's actually a little irritated. Irritated, but also like joking a bit. Sarcastic, I guess, is the best way to put it. And then this one, his arm is really, really weird. And yes, I saw it before I said that, just so you all know. I think I'm gonna have to redraw him so that he's kind of leaning forward a bit. He's gonna have his shoulder like this, I think. Yeah, I might need to pull out a 3D model. It's a difficult angle. Let's see. That's why we like Clip Studio, y'all, because we can cheat. That's exactly why. This is close enough. Make him a little bit bigger. Stand upright. I think it was the last stream where I was like, I wish they had action figures. Like, if Clip Studio sold action figures that you could just have on your desk and it automatically connect to the app so that you can just turn it this way. I think that'd be so sick. Jordan using a 3D model, such shame. Okay, whatever. I would say most people don't know the difference. Okay, thank you, Megan. I feel a lot better. I feel much better. Let's see. And I need to change this model just a bit because our boy Kyra is a bit girthier than this. Yeah, he looks closer to that. It's probably a little bit smaller. Let's get his head up a bit. And this works a lot better because I like this pose more anyway. I didn't want him to just be standing there going like, about to get some dap. So yeah, I like that he's kind of leading into it. You can save the model body type, head body ratio, etc. as a preset. I've thought about doing that. Only thing is, I don't have. I would spend too long trying to figure out what the exact ratio of the head is. I think I need to have a flat drawing of him because I only have like one real like design version of Cairo. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Why don't you do YouTube and TikTok? Okay, so I want to do streaming on TikTok at the same time. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet. I have OBS and I'm just like trying to figure it all out, but something prevented me from doing that. So if you know how to do it, you can teach me. I would be more than happy with it. Right now I'm using StreamYard, so that's the only reason. But I do have that going. I just don't want to do like two separate streams because it'd just be kind of annoying. I'll help you. Okay, cool. Yeah, then we'll talk. We'll talk this week. I appreciate that, man. Because I seriously would like to do TikTok, but StreamYard just doesn't allow it. I have YouTube and Twitch streaming. I think one person came on Twitch. I'm pretty sure it was a bot. So, so I'm just like, oh, whatever. You'll need your stream key. I couldn't find it. That was the issue. I tried searching for it and it wouldn't show me. So yeah, you have to help me out with that. We'll set up a call sometime this week. Mallory says, I know comic artists use a tool called Magic Poser Web that's handy for quick angles. I don't know what that is. Wait, what is it? Magic Poser Web. Let's see. Yeah, this website. Ooh. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, this would come in handy for sure. See that? Can you mess with the fingers or no? Not so much. Add characters, geometry. I'm just curious what you can do. Center, left, rotate. It's definitely more like quicker than what I'm doing. Actually, you know what? This would be a really good way to get the perspective real quick instead of messing with the way I was doing it before. I'm glad you told me about this because I think I can definitely use this later on. So that's another reason why I'm doing the cipher, so I can learn stuff like this, this short comic. I'm like, I don't know what I don't know yet before jumping into like chapter 1 of the big epic saga. Ew, TikTok. Hey, people grow audiences. Ask this guy. Sure, we can go over stuff too. I'm finally recovering from the bronchitis. Oh, good. And I know that you wanted to talk about some of your work, so yeah, we'll definitely figure that out. I think maybe like, oh, what time am I free? We'll have to figure it out because it might have to be like after my stream on Thursday or something like that. We'll have to see. All right. All right, we got Cairo there. Let's remove that. But you guys who are all sharing your tips and stuff in the chat, please keep them coming because there's only so much information that I know when it comes to this sort of thing. Like, I could talk about design, I could talk about story and things like that, but there's certain things that I don't know that makes things just much faster. So like the Magic Poser Web and the Megan's talking about the presets. And actually, for those who don't know, Megan is my official like Clip Studio tech support especially on streams, because I'll be like, how do you do this? And for some reason she just always knows the answer. I don't think there's been a single time where I've asked a question that she didn't know. So she's just real dope. Work has finally slowed down, so I'm going to 4 days a week again, so I can definitely meet in a more flexible schedule. Oh, that helps a lot. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it, man. Glad you popped on to talk about it. Um, okay, is this actually right, or do I need to rotate him a bit more? He might be a slightly. Oh no, he's fine. Okay, wasn't sure. Okay, Kairos. Sign you. By the way, for those of you who are new, we actually designed 3 of these characters on live stream. Cairo and Inzi were designed on a live stream, and Salam was too. That one's actually a 5-parter. And I have a playlist in my channel on YouTube if you are curious about how that went. We had a lot of fun with it. We did head sketches, then we went to like designing the clothes, and then we did color and everything. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. As I'm looking at this 3D model, I still think I need to make him a little wider. So let's just push that. That's something I'm actually intentionally trying to do, is make the shoulders just a bit wider in all the characters, just as a fun design element. All right, so we got that. Perspective first. Oh, that's right. That's this sketch. Okay. And then we'll lower the opacity here. And you know what? Let's make a couple of changes to this guy. Let's see, manga perspective. Is it on? Yeah. Let's get a little bit of that manga perspective popping in. And I'm just gonna, just for the silhouette, just have his fist out a little bit more. There we go. Which looks like it changed that back foot. Hit the like button, everyone. Oh yes, Amars, thank you. I neglect my own channel sometimes. Please like the video, everyone. I have some lofty goals, and I would appreciate it if you would like the video. Alrighty. I missed the character design streams. They were fun. I do too. I'm thinking of doing. Well, let me ask you guys this. So, I want to do, or I was thinking about doing a video, streaming like me cleaning up this turnaround for Javen and getting like the 360 animated thing. Would that be something you guys are interested in? Because I could do that for a stream pretty soon, actually. Like, if the file's just about ready, but I wasn't sure if I should just do that behind the scenes, because you guys have seen me draw Javen so many times, or if that's something that you would want to see. But yeah, the goal is to get it so it's completely animatable, and I can turn them into a GIF or GIF, however you say it, whatever. Everyone says it differently. I can never remember, so sorry. I still think Chef Fufu and Pork Chop need a spin-off. You know what? They do. They do. Let me see if I can find them. Where is Pork Chop and Fufu? Let's see. It's been a minute. I believe they're in. I know they're in my book. Characters. Let's see. Okay, let's just go to the book itself. There they are. This is a page from the book. Chef Fufu and his pet pig Pork Chop, who has a vegan restaurant. Yes. Because why not? Because why not? Chris says totally. Okay. All right. So we got one vote for a character design turnaround video with Javen. And like I said, guys, I want to do it with multiple characters. I've actually slightly updated Asim as well. He's much broader. Actually, I can show you real quick. So this is uh, the seam that I've been using for a long time, and this is the one that I have now. It's virtually the same as far as the design in terms of like how he looks. Um, but one of the things that I did was I made him a lot taller and I made his shoulders more broad. So he's got like more superhero kind of uh, proportions. And I think it looks a lot better that way. I've actually done that for a couple of characters. Let me see. Um, so like Ghazali, I made him like 9 or 10 heads tall. Actually, I think Ghazali's 10 heads tall or something. So he's just super tall and lanky. And I'm looking forward to seeing him fight Javen. Don't worry, all these guys are gonna have clothes on later. They will, I promise. I just have my priorities in terms of finishing this. Like I said, some of these characters don't show up for a little while. Kathy says, I second this. All right, we'll do a character design episode. If not this Thursday, then Sunday. We'll do it within the next 2 streams. By the way, I'm just going to say Spider-Man because I'm thirsty and we need a hydration check. So, Spider-Man. You know, one of the other things I want to do, Chris, if you know how to do like cool overlays, I want to do a hydration counter overlay for my streams. Because right now we have everyone counting individually. But I think it'd be cool to set a record. Boo, cheap. All right, then fine. Don't drink. Don't drink your water. Don't get hydrated. I didn't know how to organically put them into the conversation, so whatever. So we got Javen here. Javen's giving him some dap. Just gonna have that in there just for myself. Who knows? Maybe I might keep that. I might keep that in there. I think I'm also gonna kind of have him. Oh, this is looking weird. Hold up. Instead of him going straight, he would be kind of like this. I'm chugging Pedialyte to stay hydrated since our pipes are frozen at the moment. Oh, that sucks, bro. That sucks. So what happens exactly when the pipes freeze? Is it just nothing comes out? Is that how it is? I just went through the winter storm, but our pipes are fine, and so I've never dealt with that. So is it just like nothing comes out? Is it slushy form? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. I imagine it's probably not slushy form. I feel like someone would have told me that by now if it were. That would be kind of cool. Can you imagine if you turn on the faucet and a slushy just came out? Nothing comes out and they risk bursting, so they need to be thawed. Gotcha. I knew about the bursting part, so that's good to know. You can also damage your pipes if you try to force the pump. Ah, okay. I think I'll just have Javen put his hand in his pocket or something like that here. I'm throwing the pipes right now. It's -12. Oh my gosh. Bruh, how do you survive that? I would start digging tunnels underground if I ever had to go anywhere at -12 degrees. I would not come up. I would not come up. I would be. It would be like Gurren Lagann for me. Manette says mine froze last year, even dripping the faucet. So Ruby and I are paranoid this year and are keeping heat up. Gas bills ridiculous, but pipes haven't frozen again. Okay, well that's good. That's really good. But geez, you can't dig underground. The ground is frozen. No, I mean beforehand. I'm be like Stranger Things. I'm gonna start digging tomorrow in preparation. I'm gonna get a pathway to Walmart, pathway to church, and what else is there? I think we'll be good. I think that's all I need. We'll go south for the winter. We are south. We're in Texas. We go souther for the winter. Snowbirds. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's get Cairo's hat in here. You're in Texas and still get snow. RIP. Yeah. Yeah. It actually wasn't that the snow wasn't that bad. It only lasted for about a week. Most of it is melted. We have a little patch in our driveway now. Okay, when I say little, I mean like 6 feet or so, 6 to 7 feet of a patch. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Actually, Gappy, since you're on, would you mind posting one of the snow pictures you took in our Discord in the general chat? I think just so people can see what we're talking about. It's been a very long time since I've lived in a place with snow, because I used to live in Providence. I went to school at RISD, and then I spent some time in New York and spent some time in Maryland as well during the winter. And the weather up there is pretty intense when it wants to be. So yeah. All right, so we're doing pretty good here. This is Cairo. I'm just gonna put K here, J here, and then NZ. Texas is nothing like anyone expects. That's true. It's so different. Spider-Man and Friend for the new gen is on Disney Junior. I just watched with my cousin. All right, we got. Is this good enough for you, Megan? Is this good enough? She mentioned Spider-Man. Hydration. All right, so this is I don't know. Is this 1 or is this 2 at this point? I don't know, because apparently we have extra criteria because Megan doesn't want us to drink water or something. I don't know. All right, let's see. All right, let's get Enzi in the group. I'm just gonna draw him with green. And let me see. I think I need to get rid of this grid just for my own sanity right here. Maybe not the grid, but I need to get rid of the way I'm like looking at this. So one there, and need to be going this roughly the same direction. No, let me do that again. Talking about here, and then you have to move. Okay, yeah, I had it in the right spot. He's looking okay. Probably need to get rid of a little bit of his feet, but that's fine. It's 2. Oh, you counted as 2. Okay. All right. So let's go back to Enzi's design. And we're seeing mostly the top of his head. His hairline's probably going to be like here. Gonna have the big old goggles. I'm surprised I don't see any jokes about Enzi just yet, because I know that was a popular thing for him when he first hopped on the scene. A cheap hydration check still counts. Ah, okay. I didn't know we had such stern rules. It feels like there should be an esports hydration check game or something. All right, so we got here, and we're gonna end his height right there. Yeah, let's just have him cross his arms. But the Spider-Man Friends is kitty version. Oh, okay. I think that's a third one. So it's a kitty version. So that means we take half a sip. Is that what that means? My nephew loves Spidey and Friends. Oh, okay. There's another one. Well, I feel like what we need to do is ask the champion hydration score, Mark. I would ask Mark, but he's got to hop in the stream. So he's going to have to look at the whole video and then give us a final report. I think we're at 4 now. I think we're at 4. All right, let's see. I don't want there to be a tangent with his foot and Javen's shoulder. I gotta get him to stand naturally, though. Maybe I put the speech bubble there or something. Actually, no, that wouldn't work. Maybe I just need to move him up. Yeah. A tiny bit smaller. Yeah, that'll work. Let's ask when we see him. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Because Mark be coming out with the random puns. If this was a scoreboard, if this was like a Monsters Inc. scoreboard where you had like the top hydration makers or something like that, he would be the equivalent of Sully. He's James P. Sullivan of the hydration check on the Joe McFo show. All right, background. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of some of these layers that we don't need anymore, just to save my mental energy. Don't need you. Don't need you. All right, and then we're gonna have some random things in the background. So in the previous panels, they were putting together their bags for their adventure. So I'm just going to take black. I'm going to assume the roof is probably doing something like this. I'll pick a height. That works. So we got the roof here, and probably another building back here of some kind. I don't know what the distance will be, so I'm just going to fake it. I'm not doing a grid for that. No way. No way. But then we also have some cans here. Cans strewn around. Probably a back. Cairo's backpack. No, that's Lindsay's. Cairo's backpack might be over here. Let's not make it look like a growth coming out of his neck. This should be fine. And then have some graffiti over here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work well enough. Check out Discord if you want to see Jordan in the Texas snow. Oh yeah, let's see. Let's see me in the Texas snow. Where's my Discord? Thank you for posting, Kathy. Let's see. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I was so warm, by the way. By the way, check out I'm rocking my Shadowboxers beanie, which you can get on the Shadowboxers shop. All right. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. I was wearing like 3 jackets. All right. It's going to be a nice panel when it's all said and done. I think I can close the border now, or rather have it drawn. And then this is the BG. And then with Javen, let's just take a look again. I made Korean poker chops last week. Today I made, wait. Oh, is that supposed to be Korean pork chop? Okay, yes. I was like, I thought you meant poker chips for a second. I was like, what makes them Korean? And then I was like, but orange chicken has nothing to do with poker chips. I wasn't sure. I was confused. Korean pork chops. And today I made orange chicken. What is a Korean pork chop? Like, what makes it, what specifically makes it a Korean dish? Is it, I assume it's the flavors, but what specifically about it? Over here. Autocorrect. Yeah, I know how autocorrect be. It's okay. You didn't say anything embarrassing. It's all right. All right, let's get Javen some oh wait, no, that's not how you. Sometimes in my mind, I flip the way the scapula goes. It's rather embarrassing. Don't tell anybody. Doesn't even usually happen. It's just happened like in the last week for some reason. You know how it is when you guys, like, you know a word, but you don't know how to spell it. Like, I remember one time my uncle was like, how do you spell the word answer? And it, it's an easy word to spell, but it's like that S and that W throws people off. So I understand it. That happens to me with this. What words do you guys find difficult to spell off the top? Or what words did you used to find difficult to spell? For me, one word was necessary. The C and the S, I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2 where that fit. Beginning was also another one. What other words? Environment was a big struggle for me. I used to spell it Viorn, like Viorn, and then I saw my teacher spell it correctly, and I thought he was wrong, and I was like, wait, what is he saying? And then I realized I've been wrong all this time. And apparently when I wrote it on essays, like, it would autocorrect because it's just one letter switch. So yeah. Occasion. Okay, that's a good one. Occasion. I feel like Harry Mack asking questions about words. You guys know who Harry Mack is? The rapper who does all the freestyles. If you don't know who he is, check him out after the stream. He's so cool. He goes on Omegle and he'll be like, he'll talk to random people, like, give me some like really difficult words. And they'll be like, onomatopoeia, mountain, berserk. And he'll just do a freestyle talking about them. And I'm like, I don't even go on Omegle. I never have. But if I did, I would just go on specifically to find him so I could see him freestyle. That would be the coolest thing ever. Manette says, I struggle with inappropriate, which was dumb because at a past job, I was constantly typing it out and autocorrect would catch misspellings, but not offer suggestions. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. All right, for Javen here, I think I'm, oh shoot, I drew it on the wrong layer. Wrong layer! Yeah, need to have that angle correct. And Javen and Cairo are a little too close to the edge that knee. So I'm just gonna move him up a little. Now I'm gonna move Cairo 3D model, his stand-in, his what should I call it? Stunt double. Okay, never mind. I was gonna ask a question, but it resolved itself. All right, let me focus on one character at a time. Let's do Cairo. And we're gonna do this here. Hope you guys dig the new music. I've been saying for months, before I stopped the live streams, I was saying I need to find new music. I never got around to it, and so before we got too far into these streams, I was like, let me just go find something, and we found some cool tunes. We do. Thanks, Michael. Yep. He was like, you don't have to credit me, bro. I was like, what? Come on now, man. That wouldn't be cool of me. Oh, you didn't put it in the description because I only well, he didn't want the credit for one. Two, you only need to put songs in the description if there's a copyright issue, and these are all like his I won't say his throwaway beats, but they're just kind of his backlog. So we could just get some cool music to chill to. So we don't have to worry about any copyright stuff. If it was like Chill Hop, or if it was one of those websites I bought music off of, I would have to do that. But yeah, no, the system is much easier to work with. All right, let's get those nice broad shoulders that Cairo has. Get his ribs, because Cairo's a little on the pudgy side. But you can still do parkour, so hey, it works. That's the cool thing about doing a project like this, where there's like superpowers and stuff, because they can start doing all these death-defying stunts, and it makes sense. It works. No one questions if a character jumps 20 feet in the air. You just do. They just do. Of course, Cairo doesn't have powers. But beside the point. All right, let's see. So he's going to be speaking. So let's just draw a little mouth right here. When you change the song, it's like something my brain switched off and I can now think clearly. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you do or you didn't like the song? I think it's the repetition. Oh, yeah, it happens. One of these days, so after talking with Chris, we're going to switch up my system because I want to stop using StreamYard. I want to do something different, but I just don't know how. But I'm going to set it so that it's like more variety of songs in that. It'll be like an album or something. But oh wait, actually wait, maybe I can do that now. Do I have this on loop? Oh shoot, I have it on loop. All right, so yeah, we'll switch it up. So the track will have its natural end. Truthfully, I don't think we're gonna see Cairo's eyes in this. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, but that's okay with me because it gives me less to draw. So yeah, and it's always cool when you don't see a character's eyes when they're wearing a hat. Like when you see an Indiana Jones poster and his eyes are covered, I always think it's kind of cool. Speaking of which, we just watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's Kathy's first time seeing it. That's probably my favorite Indiana Jones movie, and then Raiders, and then Temple of Doom, and then the other two at the very end. The other two. But yeah, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan. I think I like Last Crusade because Sean Connery and Harrison Ford have a great comedic was it not comedic timing, but they bounce off each other really, really well. And it's just a ton of fun. Yeah, we're gonna have this here. Add a little shadow, nothing too crazy. And then this will be here. Chemistry, yes, thank you. Comedic chemistry. That's the word. By the way, though, some of you guys missed the last stream, and oh, it doesn't go into the next song. Well, that's lame. Okay, maybe I should loop it because it'll just end the music entirely. Some of you guys missed the last stream, but we had a Hina sighting. For those who don't know, Hina is one of my cats, and she came and sat in the chair next to me, and she was very cute. So outside of going to check out the other stream just because I need the watch time and the viewers, go watch it for her. Go find the spot where I found her. And how about this? When you guys find her, just say, "Found you, Hina," and Hina is spelled H-I-N-I. I'm sorry, H-I-N-A. It's H-I-N-A. Yeah. I'll be like this. Yeah, do it for the cats. Do it for the cats. That's how it will be. Did y'all watch Pretty Please? Please, I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl. Oh, yes, I did watch that. I thought it was great. I thought it was so great. I don't know who the... Oh, this song is nice. I'm gonna turn this song down because it's gonna distract me a bit. But no, I thought it was a really, really great pilot. And I love that she spent all her effort doing final animation for the fight scene. I thought that was really smart. It's really funny and well written. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing part 2. I know it's supposed to come out within the next couple of weeks, so I'm excited to see that. Kathy says Hina, Bina, and Lil Heen. Yeah, those are her nicknames. I think Lil Heen was mine. I think I came up with that one. Cat sighting should be a hydration check. Oh, what do you guys think? Cat sightings being a hydration check? I think that's not a bad idea. We get it. Do we have enough people to vote for a quorum? It has me wanting to try animatics. I don't know. Animatics are really cool, man. I think it's definitely worth it to try. I made some animatics a couple months ago in my storyboard class, and it's very challenging, but also so rewarding when you just hit play and you see all your hard work really come to fruition. Cat sighting should be something for sure. Maybe cat sighting should be a snack check. Okay, So now I gotta have snacks next to me, and uh, everyone else could get snacks, but what about me? I need snacks. I like snacks. Maybe we'll just have like a plate of cookies or something like that. Um, snack. All right. So whenever the cats come on, I guess we'll have to be ready to have a snack. What if someone's on the road? I feel like that's harder. But then again, it is pretty rare. Like today, I don't think they're gonna come in because I shut the door. Um, Mostly because Kathy was in a meeting. But I don't know, unless she comes and opens the door, I don't think we're gonna see them today. Watch, she's gonna open the door in like 10 seconds and bring both of them. I can open the door if you want to. If you like. You bring one of the cats. So how do you adapt it to the cats? Oh, it's fine. I just complain because it's you know, it's funny. There's definitely some challenging things about it, but I enjoy them. They're quite hilarious. But I gotta say, Yasha's a bully. Yasha is a little bully. I've never seen anything like this where Hina, the little one, she'll just be sitting on a bench, chilling, not bothering anybody, just loafing, doing her thing. Yasha will come up and be like, "Get out of here," and she'll run away, or they'll get into a fight, and then he sits up there and walks away. Like he didn't even want her seat. He's just like, "You're comfortable? Get out of here." And then there are times where he's just like cleaning her and they're being all sweet and stuff. But it's like, what the world's up with these cats? I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, part 2 dropped yesterday. Seriously? Oh, that's so awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I need to check that out. There's a lot of stuff I need to check out. Don't get Megan started. Don't get her started. Is it good? Do you guys like episode 2? All right. I think that's a pretty good place for Cairo to be. You know what? I don't know that actually. Your base still needs to be harder. Okay, Cairo's good. Cairo's good to go there. And then let's get Javen fixed up. Huh? Get started on what? Oh, never mind. Cat sightings hydration checked. Okay, so y'all just want to eat, I think, whenever the cats show up. I think that's just it. How about this? You know what? I have a solution. How about when the cats come up, I give them a treat? Is that fair? Is that fair? I'll bring my treats. I'll bring the cat treats to my desk, and if they come by, I'll give them a treat. Because I can't go get a snack, and some of you guys might not be in a snack situation. If you're on the subway or driving, I don't want y'all, causing accidents and stuff. We could test it out, because honestly, I think if I gave Yasha a treat, he'd probably just want to sit in my lap the whole stream. Maybe when we upgrade our setup, we can have a cat cam like Kasem. Oh, that would be cool. Only thing is they move so much. That's the only thing. Because we have a cat bed for them that they just don't lay in. For some reason, they despise it. I have to put catnip on it just for them to touch it. It's like a kryptonite to them. I don't understand. Actually, no, kryptonite's not a good analogy. Maybe it's like, I don't know, the forbidden forest. You just don't go near it. You just don't touch it. My dog learned to open closed doors. It scared my fiance. Oh, it would scare me too. You're gonna train the cats to come to you whenever you're at the computer. Oh, am I? Well, they do that anyway. they do that anyway. Hina will jump up and walk around behind my computer and she's very persistent, so she'll just do it like 4 or 5 times, and then I'm forced to give her cat drugs, which is catnip, and I just have to spray it on her little bed. Or I have the laser. Where's the laser? Laser's on Kathy's desk. Okay, so this shot, I gotta remember, Javen's got his hood up in this shot here. So yeah, Hina has recently taken to open our laundry room door. Oh yeah, she's obsessed with that now. It's the only door. Actually, wait. Yeah, no, it's one of 3 doors in the house that she can open without turning the knob. And so we come out, and every day it's like someone's doing laundry, but no one's done laundry. So yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'm hoping she doesn't learn how to open the closet because that's where we keep the cat food. The door is the same. Or it's the same type, rather. Okay. When let me see. Oh my gosh, she would destroy the cat food bags. Yeah, she would. She totally would. Because she's done things like that before. Not necessarily in my presence, but Kathy's got stories. When one of my cats was a baby, he apparently climbed into the silverware drawer via the cupboard. So when my roommate opened the drawer, she screamed, seeing this kitten sleeping in the drawer. Oh no, that's so precious. It's only precious when you know that they're in there. Because one time, actually multiple times, we've lost our cats. Sometimes they sneak out behind us and go outside. In one case, we knew Hina was in the house because we didn't leave, but we couldn't find her. And I was checking all the closets and I was looking under stuff and all her favorite hiding places. She wasn't there. And then something just said, look in your drawer. And I was like, Kathy, can you open my drawer, please, and find out? And she was just laying all over my shirts like they were hers. Like it was just, I don't know, grass or something like that. And next day I went to get shirts and they had all this fur on it. So disrespectful. It was so disrespectful. Yeah. I had to get the lint roller and everything. Didn't stand a chance. Yeah, we had no idea he was there, so it definitely scared her at first. Luckily, he was fine, just looking for a place to sleep. Yeah. Needless to say, we have many lint rollers. Yeah, we got like 8 of them in our house. Not used to that part. Well, actually, no, I am used to the lint rollers, but just not that many. But to be fair, I was also living by myself. Like, how many lint rollers does one person need when they have no pets? So, yeah. Yeah, if you need more than 1 or 2 lint rollers as a single person with no pets, you just got cleaning issues, I think, at that point. You just need to clean up some more. We laugh about it now. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are laughing about it. All right, so let's see. I never did measure Javen. He's probably like this. There's a part of me that's like, Javen's not the right angle. I might need to resketch him, actually. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to resketch Javen. And we're going to change him up. So we're going to turn him around. Turn around. Look at what you see. Anyone ever see that scene in Stranger Things? They start singing that song. It's one of my favorite moments. By the way, if you guys are curious, one of the reasons I keep bringing up Stranger Things is because in my heart, Caleb McLaughlin voices Javen in the animated version. Caleb McLaughlin plays Lucas in the show, and I think he has such wide range as a young actor. And so in my head, that is the canon Javen voice actor. I don't know if it will ever happen. I don't even know how I would get in contact with the old boy, but that's who I envision one day. One day. Okay, this arm needs to go in a bit. Let's get the monitor perspective. Okay, this arm doesn't need to be there. And let's see if we can get him to rotate a little bit. Let's see. Literally the first week I got Yasha, I came home from work and couldn't find him, and I almost started crying. Then I found him stuck behind my couch. I don't think I knew that story. My fiance's cats would get in cabinet and jump out. Oh wow, that's terrifying. And it says, "Oh, this same cat clawed a hole in the bottom of my couch. So when I was moving and got rid of the couch, I almost lost him because he was hiding in it. He jumped out before the movers got to the door." Oh my gosh. See, this is why we put an air tag on our cats on their collars. This is exactly why. I have a lab golden retriever mix, and 3 cats understand the rules are needed. Yeah. It's one of the greatest inventions ever. One of the greatest. All right, let's see. Can we just pull the elbow? Just give me the elbow. And then you go back there. There we are. Oh yeah, so this whole Javen drawing is just gonna have to change. That's okay, that's what this stage is for. That's why we don't just ink. I'm not Kim Jong-gi. Oh, that would be so awesome. Well, okay, well, to have the skill of Kim Jong-gi would be awesome. He's really dope. May he rest in peace. All right, and then the head needs to be turned a little bit up a bit like that. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna have to resketch Javen. That's okay. I hope y'all don't get too irritated when it takes me like the whole 2-hour stream to do like a panel. It is a challenge to draw and talk at the same time. I naturally move a little bit slower. And then I moved in with Sis for a bit, and he crawled into a hole in the wall. The basement was unfinished. Took forever to get him out because when he's scared, he would not be bribed. Oh, jeez. See, why are cats so unreasonable? I don't understand. They can't be reasoned with. Dang, our cats are hard to bribe too. Well, Yash is not hard to bribe.
When he's scared.
Oh, when he's scared?
Yeah.
When was the last time he was scared?
You're trying to bribe him to take his meds?
Oh, okay, yeah. If we're trying to get him to take his meds, he is he's like someone resisting FBI torture or something. Like he's so stone cold about it. He's like, I don't want your snack, I don't want your cuddles, I don't want your warm blankets. Get out of my face, bro. That's how Yasha is. No Scooby snacks for Yasha in that moment. I think Kairos fists are a little too large. Just a little bit. I mean, he's a big dude, but I mean, come on. What 18-year-old has fists this big? Actually, probably several. There's probably a lot, especially those guys who are playing football. And Cairo actually looks like he could play football. What position you play, I'm not really sure because I don't follow sports like that. I don't know all the positions in football. Sorry. My other cat will do anything for food. Really? I'm trying to think of a situation with our cats that relates to this. Yeah, Yasha just wants treats unless he knows there's medicine in it. There's no in between with him. He just knows. All right, let's see. Let's get the hair. What kind of sports do they have in Nahara? Great question. Oh, you know what? I've thought about this before.
That tag one.
Yeah, there was like a laser tag idea that was floating around in my head. I haven't done a ton with it.
Parkour tag?
Oh yeah, parkour tag. That's what it was. Potentially capture the flag. I think would be really cool. Especially if you have like one of the light bearers from each region. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, something like capture the flag would be cool. I don't know what sport with the ball they would have. Something like pro bending. I think that counts as a hydration check. That counts as a hydration check. I actually always liked pro bending though. I thought it was a really cool idea. Of course, you know, after a while you get kind of tired of seeing it. But if they had a game of that, actually, I think they do. I would think it would be fun, honestly. But yeah, it would have to be something along those lines. Because what I like about that game is because it fits within the world, you know, and within the world of Shadowboxers, there's very specific things that only this world would have. And so I figured that they would have light-based sports, you know, or light-based games to play. So yeah, something along those lines. Like actually one of my favorite games growing up was Jack X Combat Racing. I think that's another hydration check, actually. I think Jack and Daxter counts. I'll show you guys what it was, but it was so fun. It was so much fun. It came out in 2005. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a racing game, but you have all these like weapons and you're trying to race to the front, but you got people who can shoot at you and like send missiles at you, and you know, you can put shields up, and they have a variety of games, so it's not just like a circuit race. You have different challenges. So one is like a death arena, you got to capture the flag. You have artifact races where you're like in this dome and you have to catch all the artifacts before they disappear. Like it was really, really fun. If you guys have not heard of the game, but you somehow still have a PS2 and access to a GameStop or something, or can find it cheap, I would totally get it. If I had access to my PS2, I would be playing it. My mom has it. It's at my mom's house. So one of these days, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to get my PS2 back and I'm going to play all my favorite games. And for like a week, I'm just going to be talking like, I was playing this game and this game and this game. And then it'll be over. And then I'll put the games away until like Christmas time or something. One of these days, I'm gonna figure out what vendor I can go to get my own Javen jacket. I think it'd be so cool to have one. Wouldn't it be cool if I was doing the stream in his jacket? I think that'd be pretty sick. I would enjoy that. Oh, yes, I could talk to my sister-in-law. It's a great idea. At night, I can just turn off one of these lights and we can be like this, and I can have the glow. That'd be so sick. That'd be so cool. All right, we are coming down towards the end of the stream. We got about 20 minutes to go. All right. And we'll just have Javen's face here. It's always nice when you're doing a 3/4 rear pose where you don't have to worry about any of the nose or the lips or anything. Because some angles you do have to worry about that. In this case, I don't. I'm thankful. I'm also changing the way I do the hoodie because before in the other version, I had Javen's hair really sticking out a lot. But I think what I was doing was being a little too literal because if his hair was that big, you wouldn't be able to compress it that much. But then I was like, you know what? Let's just have more fun. Let's exaggerate things more. Let's have things that don't make a ton of sense sometimes. Because who's going to stop me? You know? Like Spider-Verse? Yes, like Spider-Verse. Hydration. Where are we at now? Like 6, 7? Something like that. Do you like the Tron franchise? They're iconic for the neon glowy atmosphere. I'll be honest with you, I've never seen it. I don't know anything about the story. To be honest with you, I'll show you what the inspiration for the look of Shadowboxers was. I will show you. Give me 1 second because I have to go on YouTube. Find it. It's this little short called Urbance, and they had a bunch of these neon colors and all that stuff, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And when I was actually preparing for Shadowboxers as a thesis project, I found the art book for $40 on eBay. I've been looking for it for years. But actually, I'll show you the shot that actually inspired it. This shot right here, that literally, that whole thing was like, that inspired Shadowboxers right there. At least the look of it. And this came out in 2013. Now, I don't think anything ever came of it, really. But yeah, it's got almost 1 million views. Came out 13 years ago. Actually, on my 18th birthday, specifically. Yeah, that's kind of what inspired the look, not Tron or anything else. There's some things that have come close. I've been inspired by the look of Black Panther. I've been inspired by the look of Cyberpunk 2077, although I haven't actually played the game. But one of the struggles I've had with a neon world is like what to do with the world in the daytime. And I think that game actually serves as a good reference point for me. So yeah. Tron Uprising is a flawed, forgotten gem. When did that come out? Tron Uprising. I know there's a bunch of versions of it, so I don't actually know. But yeah, I'm also curious. Is it worth watching? Because I can try and find it and see. But yeah, never seen it. Never seen it. Yes, especially Legacy and Ares. They have great soundtracks and cinematography. Thank me later. Okay. All right. I will put that on my ever growing list. Don't ask me when I've seen it though. I will tell you when I've seen it because I'm gonna disappoint you otherwise. I'm just being honest. It has nothing to do with the validity of your suggestion. I'm just telling you what's real. Uprising was in 2012. In 2013, Robert Valley on character design. Oh, okay, cool. You know what that reminds me of when you brought up Robert Valley? I don't hear anyone talking about Love, Death, and Robots anymore. He did 2 or 3 episodes on it. And I remember when it first came out, it was like, yo, this is the craziest thing ever. And I don't think I ever heard about when season 3 came out. Like, no one posted about it or anything. So I don't know. Does that show still exist? Does it get canceled or something? I honestly don't know. I'm going to add another 3D model. Where is it? Scale you down just a bit. Rotate. Scale down. And then we're going to have to bring you. Okay, that's not exactly cross-arm, but I'll work with it. It's good enough for what I need to do. Is this in the right layer? What layer am I in? No, I'm not. I'm in a totally different one. There we are. .3D Toon shaded. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Good to know. Come on. Where's the... How do I get the main rotator thing? There we go. Is there a certain way to do it? Do I just have to double click or something? You know what? I could just move him over here so there's no overlap too. That's probably a smarter move, actually. Yeah, why don't I just move him over? I don't have to worry about overlaps or nothing like that. All right, so he's going to be crossing his arms. This. Because Enzi's the planner of this whole thing. He's like the guy who gets the logistics sorted out. So he's like, Javen, you're late. What the heck? We have a mission to do. And those types of people tend to get irritated when people are late. I myself am one of those people. I don't like being late. I don't know if I'm the planner, but I just hate doing that. Whenever I hear about Love, Death, and Robots, I think about that siren with all the jewelry on. I was freaked out. Oh yeah, that episode was crazy. That was really scary, or maybe not scary, but it was really creepy. Um, the one that gets me is it was in the first season. It was like the Astral Rift or something like that, and it was this guy who got frozen, sent to the future, and then he meets like his old girlfriend, but then he finds out that he's like thousands of years in the future, and he's actually interacting with a monster. And that monster design is the freakiest thing. Like I remember I watched it for the first time when it came out, and I was in bed by myself at night at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Beyond the Aquila Rift, yes, that one. Thank you. Yeah, Beyond the Aquila Rift, that design freaked me out so much. I was like, I don't want like I was almost freaked out, too freaked out to go to sleep after that. I was like, nope, nope. But I liked which ones? There's one that was done by a French studio, I think. They're like in this cave and they're trying to get out. I thought that one was cool. They have one where it's like this guy trying to help some sort of creature who's like part canine and part fox and part human or something. That one was cool. You freaking out is saying a lot. Yeah, it is. It's worse than the Demogorgon. It's far worse. Kathy's right here. It's far worse than the Demogorgon. Far worse. Yeah, Demogorgon is like Elmo compared to this thing. Let me change this up. All right, and then Enzi's design, he's got his big old cloak. I'm definitely gonna have to like redo some of this because Enzi's he's got a thinner frame than I think what I'm actually drawing. So let me actually rescale him a bit. But yeah, Love, Death and Robots has like really bizarre episodes. Like there was one where it had like an alternate history of Adolf Hitler or something. That one was weird. I remember that was weird. And then there was another one with Topher Grace and him and his co-star, some woman, were like seeing this mini village in the refrigerator or something. I was like, what the heck is this? This is so bizarre. The Robert Valley ones were cool. Zima Blue was real cool. I like that one. Brian likes the one with the yogurt because the yogurt wanted Ohio. Dude, I'm trying to remember that. Which season was that? Was that season 1? Season 1, I remember more clearly. I think season 2, I think I might have watched the episodes once. And then season 3, I don't really know any of the episodes. I think I watched 1 or 2. Here we go. All right, so I'm just gonna fill these characters in the back. Definitely gonna have to clean these up even more. Thankfully, Cairo's looking pretty good. Naeem, what's going on, bro? How are you doing? What up, man? Working on some storyboards while I watch you. This is looking great. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear from you. How have you been? By the way, I've always loved your profile picture, dude. The Calvin with the funny faces, classic. We are some Calvin and Hobbes fans up in here. At least we should be. At least we should be. I think I converted Kathy officially to turn her into a fan. I had her read the 10th anniversary book and she was sitting there cracking up. And I was like, yeah. All right, gotta clean this up. I think once I do this, we'll wrap up the stream. Sorry, Naeem, I've been streaming for like 2 hours, so hopefully you came in earlier and just now said hi as opposed to you just jumping in now. But I promise this will be up to replay. All right. There we go. Great. Moved into film, directing a short film right now. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Let's catch up. Let's catch up soon because it's been a minute. It's been a long minute, and by a long minute, I mean like what, a couple years since we actually had to sit down talk. So that's awesome. Happy for you, man. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna make one more announcement or a couple more announcements. First of all, I stream 2 times a week now, Sunday and Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. So be ready for that. If you miss one stream and come to the Sunday one or the Thursday one, whatever the case is, I'm not going to be mad at you. I just appreciate the fact that you come anyway. So thank you for that. Secondly, let me share my screen again. We have our website here, shadow-boxers.com, where you can go and see all the stuff for the project, characters, learn a little bit about the world. We have a concept art gallery here. You can join our free Discord as well. And if you want to become a member, then we have our dojo tiers, our Shadowboxers dojo tiers, where you can become basically like a patron supporter. It's basically the same thing, except it's on my website, not theirs, because they take like 18% or something. So I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right, the cats just crashed something, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up sooner than later. The other thing, if you want to support financially, you can give to the tip jar. You don't have to do a $50 donation if you don't want to. I would appreciate it, but you don't have to. So please support that way. And last but not least, please support the Shadowboxer shop, where you can get lots of cool stuff, including books, including shirts, beanies, hats, AirPod cases, water bottles, sketchbooks. What else we have in here? A tote bag. We have this gaming mouse pad. We have phone cases. Some of y'all are fans of Aletha, so we got the Aletha phone case too. And we also have this book right here, which is the Art of Shadowboxers book. It is there's a physical copy like this, or you can get a digital one, and it's got all the cool artwork that I've done for the project so far. Maybe not all of it, but a good portion of it. So with that said, you guys, I appreciate you for joining the live stream, and I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you on Thursday. Peace.